Okay, cool. Should be up. Um, so, is that a trend line I see? Yeah, it is, bro. You can use trend lines. Crazy how trend line breaks work, bro. You can use trend lines. It's a good gauge for, like, okay, this is in a steady uptrend. What do I want to see out of here for shorts? And again, this is on paper, so nothing crazy. But what do I see here for shorts? Okay. I want to see this start to break down below this VWAP. This is up by the 618. We're starting to stall out. Price is starting to stall out. This, to me, we had a big influx of volume here. This candle does match for the volume, but then everything's dead afterwards, and the trend up is very, very minimal. Hold on one sec. So I wanted to see this break below VWAP, so in an uptrend as well. So, you know, looking for that to close, and then we break the trend line. You come up, you retest it, and then you continue to sell off. Also started reversing a low volume node. Yeah, I didn't have that marked out, so. But yeah, let me go through trade review. I hit DLLs on my Tradeify and my Alpha Futures. Dude, why? Dude, my Discord's been so fucking weird recently. I don't know why. I can't fucking drag this out, dude. What the fuck? How do you unfull screen something? Is it F11? Yeah, there we go. I don't know why it's been doing that. Okay. So yesterday, I'd like to see this value area low hold, also CVD divergence at the lows. Looking at taking a long out down here and need to see buyers pick up. There's a CVD divergence at the lows. Trying it here. I think this was a good trade. I just adjusted the stop too quickly. If I just left the stop here, this wouldn't have stopped me. Yeah, this is demo, Adrian. This is demo. If I didn't adjust this stop up to break even, this trade would have hit. I wanted to see this big buyer hold. It didn't hold. I got stopped for $150. Buyers coming in. Should have left my stop at my first adjustment. Bookmap still looks good for longs. It's about to be 9, so be aware about the volume about to come in. Still cooking up 30 points since the alert. We're at upper VWAP band, good area to scale. Adjust stops up. Where's the high last night? Right when I called this out. This was the high. That's cool. So that's solid. And then I was up at like 6 in the morning. I was long off here. No, there was support. No London double break. I took this off my phone in bed. Yeah, I was looking for, we had higher lows, higher highs. This wick shouldn't have been invalidated yet, in my opinion. Stopped, will be live soon. Gold struggling to hold this 4,000 level, also broke IV low. Each bounce is failing so far. NQ looks trendy to me, currently in a long. I think this was also a good trade. I got stopped on this in profit. But yeah, trendy all fucking day. So good good call outs on my side, I think, and my outlook from last night. I don't know if you guys were watching those weekly outlooks, but exactly what happened, what I wanted to happen, happened. Am I considering going back to NQ? Fucking, I'll trade it here and there. I'm full time. I'm like full time trading gold. If there's a clean setup on NQ, I will take it. So let's go through Uranus's. Expecting range for NQ for the Trump meetings this week. PM might not be clean. Cool. Targeting true day, London double break on NQ. The London double break on NQ is not as clean as, like, the stat is not as nice as the GC one. So this to me is just like really just going for true day. You got stopped, you got diddled on the stop, and then it never ran to true day. I'm not longing with that fat gap below. Well, there was a fat gap below. This is a nice long, Uranus. This first entry, this is kind of sketchy to me, bro. Oh, wait. Where's this on? What time is this at? Oh, this was last night. Okay, this was last night. This is better. I like the ad on here, on this retest. This first entry, it is still a little sketchy to me on here. But this second entry, I like it. I like where he took profit right up at VWAP. 618 smack today. Good trades on NQ. Pretty much the same trade I took, bro. Both these are clean. Trying on gold for shorts. I think you were a little early on that. Or did this end up playing out? 25.8? Where do we go? Okay, no, you weren't early. Yeah. It's a clean short. Very clean short. So, same short I'm in. I took it. I think I took it before you even. But good call outs, Uranus. On this. Good trades. Cooking. Let's go into trade review. Don't cook me for my entry. Oh, wait. Opening scalp demo because late. Saw too many times it gapped down and instantly bounced, so I took it. Good demo, entry management framing. Yeah, these are... I get it. Looking for the gap to fill all the way. Gold does that. This is a clean trade. The management's really tight, so you could very easily get stopped out on this. This is a good-ass entry. Oh, I thought I was looking at this for the entry. I don't mind this as long as you got like a 5-point stop on it. Looks good. Another demo scalp. Framing failed push. Can't get above VWAP. I know it doesn't have much data, but we were suspecting it pretty good. Yeah, I'm much more... I like this short much more. This pushes up, fails at VWAP. Quick scalp. Plasma first passes first combine. Roller coaster of emotions. This trade would pass me by. I got stopped in profit after it edged me by a literal tick. That happens. VWAP retest and order flow. See price react to demand zone and value area low where I want to look for longs. Wait for retest after strong move. Recrack band took a long, got edged like crazy too, and hit TP. It was $3 off passing, so I long tried to pass because it was pumping with crazy negative RR. And I edged my stop of $80 with 1 micro, and then it went and hit my TP. Yeah, I told you last night, Plasma. I said wait for it to just wait a second. Because this happened right at 9 p.m., bro. That's when all the volume and volatility picks up. I said wait a second. And we just jumped right. I said trade it with 1 micro, just wait a second. Till, you know, you get a clean trend. And we just jumped right in, bro. This short I'm cool with. I know you shorted here, I believe. And this almost ticked you out. This long, I'm also cool with. Good management on this. This long, I'm not that cool with, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I told you wait for a clear trend, and this was right at 9, right after all the volume came in. So, if I'm looking at here, I'm just gonna take this off because this is distracting me now. Right, like this is a pretty easy trend to take advantage of once this flips to bearish. Oh, I can just enter on any one of these candles, and it gives me my $7 or whatever the fuck you need to pass. But here, this is sketchy. Because if this stops you out, and then you need $80 to pass, you might be like, okay, let me go in with 2 micros, and then you lose that next trade. It might tilt you, honestly. So, this is impatience to me. This last one, Jacob just being fucking retarded. Tried to long because we were waking out at session POC and VWAP, then tried again because of how the candle was looking at the moment. Then tried to short and got stopped. DLL. Is there any way I can remove my lockout? No, you cannot. Okay. So we longed this initially. These stops are too tight for how big of a range GC moves in. Also, like, our IB is about to finish setting, right? This is right at 10, so our IB is about to finish setting. So what should we do? We should look for what happens. Okay, the IB low breaks. We get a close below it. Okay, so I want to lean towards shorts. There's a nice short in here. There's a nice short up here. Right, this is the ideal short up here. So if we just waited, your short's right there, bro. But instead we're trading in here. We're trying to long this. We're trying to bottom tick this shit. Even though we just rejected off the upper band and now we're cruising below VWAP. So, yeah. Milo. Looks like clean ass short. Yeah. This is the exact trade I was talking about. Comes up to VWAP. Milo shorted it. Good ass trade. Good ass trade, Milo. 20 points. Banger fucking trade, bro. Saw POC rejecting and VWAP in low broke. IB low broke. First, 0.5 fib reject. Want to size up to minis, but IDK I'm getting 10 to 30 point GC trades with micros, but after I've lost a couple from taking bad trades, so if I size up, yeah, you would just have to be more selective. This was a good trade for reversal since we swept Friday's New York lows by a 2-point stop since I was risking half my profits. So I should not have been scared and trusted myself. Yeah, I mean, this looks like a good long. We're risking 1.2 points. Stop should have been slightly lower. Wanted to enter this, but waited too long for confirmation with that big 5-minute was fast. Context was IB low, broke in London, broke by Wick. We rejected from VWAP band and IB fibs 382. TP was Asia lows. Yeah, this would have been a nice trade. This happened really quick. This wick out. When it comes back below this band, I would be shorting this on this green candle, me personally, as this is wicking out. I know it happens very quickly, but I'm willing to risk it, especially, you know, like if I short this as this green candle even closes, what's my risk on it? Less than 4 points. I'm willing to take that. Hate myself for a bit because I got my winning day. At least framing couldn't push up and saw failed buying. I saw it a couple times on gold now where we struggle at swing low and dump through it with a lot of momentum. Bad close 1 second before the dump and went in for momentum scalp, which I closed too early. Framing is good. Okay, so we wanted to, where did we want to short this, Ziki? Yeah, Uranus, I already went through yours. Ziki, where'd you want to short this? Last little push up. Where? Which one, bro? This one? Same one K-Pac was looking at? By the band? Oh, this. Here? Okay. Yeah, I would have just shorted that and just set your stop. Right? You're risking, what, 4 points, 5 points? Just set it at the top of that strong rejection. You're covered by the band, and it's looking pretty fucking bearish. You had top tick too. Why'd you close it early? On the other FXFA, framing, retrace from the push up with exhaustion at the highs just to scalp because we had some huge buying on the bounce. First entry was a bit rush, and I got stopped from minus 250. Second entry, I waited a bit. Second entry, I waited a bit and captured the most of it with tight trailing. Was aiming for low, but didn't want to get greedy and capture 10 points to get me out of drawdown. Plus 292. Okay, that's cool. Framing management, second entry. First entry was rushed. Yeah, this first entry is a little rush. I like the re-entry on the strong rejection. I think this is a good scalp. Short from 0.5 on MGC, saw price get rejected here and made new low, so I moved TP to previous low for that trend continuation and got stopped. This would have been a nice trade. We're using 7. On short from 0.3. What time is this at? Okay, this is before open. Yeah, this is here. When this is uptrending, Right, this is right at your... This is coming up to this band. Wait till you just see that confirmation or rejection. Because both of those were clean. Alright, where do we have our fib anchored? Your fib, this pivot point isn't valid. This pivot point isn't valid to me. It's a pivot point from consolidation. I don't want to anchor my fib like that. Even if I'm anchoring it off this, I'm taking this pivot point. And it doesn't show me any sign of rejection here. This is the pivot point I would use. The one up at London or the one up here. Where do we get to on that? Right at 0.5. Yeah, it is a trend line, Zeke. You can fucking use trend lines, bro. Channeling Queen Baron trades. I mean, this is uptrending, right? Then it starts to break down. I entered the trade before the trend line broke, but yeah, you motherfuckers, bro. The trend lines aren't just fucking Tory trades. Trend lines have been used forever, bro. Allen short from 0.3. Yeah, both these are rushed, bro, and your fib's wrong. Trend London double break after rebounds from support and low volume node. I took a small fib, entered off 0.3, trailed it hard because I was in drawdown. Took the same trade as you. Okay. Yeah, this looked like it wanted to run up, back up to the London double break. Once this failed to push, yeah, this looks good. Get back. I'm assuming you got stopped out on that. This like if this was going to push the London highs, it would be from this leg. Then it stalls out at that 0.5 and fails. Previous range stat bullish. True open is below us. Wasn't traded through in London. Price gapped up 200 points off weekly open. Ideally, we look for longs inside new week open gap. Just gotta wait and see if we actually get there. Open till looking for shorts, expecting price to take true day open and rebalance new week open gap. I tried two shorts based off CVD divergence at the highs with failed buying, expecting price to take true day open and rebalance new week open gap. First attempt was in pre-market, second attempt was off the Jewish sweep off open. Afterwards, I waited to get clear direction and noticed the falling. Price respected overnight VWAP. We also had New York VWAP. 4 or 5 minute and 1 hour IB set its high second. New York VWAP now aligns with New York fib levels. Could take a long off this. What did price retrace to? Long off 618 fib from New York session, New York VWAP. Failed selling plus buyers following through. Stop loss was originally at 5 minute wick. 950 adjusted to 5 minute wick once heavy buys stepping in, trailed to 2 points in profit once we broke IB high. Could have adjusted quickly on for sure as we approach market open. Yeah, those when you're taking pre-market trades on Nasdaq, I always when I was trading Nasdaq and I would take a pre-market trade, my stop's always pretty fucking tight on those. I want to secure enough profit on the long to recover first 2 losses, which is why my trail was so aggressive near the end. Final TP did get hit long after wicking me out, end of the day with like $9 in profit. Better than, I mean, you recovered 2 losses, bro. Yeah, if I'm shorting this in pre-market, I'm going break even beforehand. Okay. Yeah, valid CVD divergence. Stopped on your trailing stop loss. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is a clean entry. This is a clean trade. When the trade looks this clean, right, and this is where I think a lot of you guys have issues, I would size up on this trade. When it looks this fucking clean, I'm sizing up on that bitch. Fuck it, full send 3 minis, bro. But that's just me. I beat intraday trailing drawdown. You gotta do what you gotta do on take profit. Okay, Combine 6, overall 3 trades, 1 in London, 2 in New York. Didn't mess with my stop loss too much today, which is beneficial. Current Combine. Okay, you're getting close to passing. This short was really clean. Alize, this short was clean. This one, a little rushed. It does initially reject that band. But I don't want to see... Like, when this rejects this band, I just want to see it head lower off it with how strong the momentum is. And then we tried that long. Same long I took. That short was really fucking clean, though. Halloween looking ass chat. Yeah. Minus 800 on the new XFA. All right. Plasma. I knew this was going to happen, bro. I knew we were going to get in the XFA, and the first day is just going to be drawdown. Tried along pre-market at demand. We have a reaction where we cracked VWAP band and then retested to go long with true day above us and on a double break. Got stopped. Happy with this loss. Yeah, I'm okay with this based off the reasoning, but like, what is this entry, bro? He didn't blow it. He just hit DLL. Like, if I'm entering off this, here's my trade, bro. Here's, like, I understand the reasoning for the trade. I understand the context. If I'm taking this, I see, okay, it kind of wicks it, right? But we're in such, like, a bearish momentum to the downside. Asia trending lower, London trending lower. We haven't came back up and tested this VWAP at all. This is my trade. This is the trade I'm taking. But my entry has to be, like, right there. My entry has to be, like, right fucking there, bro. If not, I'm not taking that trade. NQ, not too happy with this trade. My entry is late. So when I calculated my risk, my entry moved up. Risked an extra $100 without knowing it. Risk 450 instead of 350. We broke IV high, retraced a VWAP and reacted. Waited for retest. Off upper band and stop. My stop was too tight. Not sure if I should wait for fib and VWAP in situations like this, or just wait for VWAP, because if I waited for 3 to 2 and then entered, I would have avoided all drawdown. But since I did enter at VWAP, I got wicked out and pumped my TP. Okay, the entry's late as well. This already, like, this we already retested, like, we already came down to VWAP and hit that 618. I think Uranus took the same trade. Uranus, are you still in here? No, I think Uranus dipped. But I think Uranus took the same trade. It's just he's getting in like down here. So if we're entering on this, are we entering on the green candle or the red candle? I need to know that. Yeah. 3MGC, 2.7 RR, Asia Open, sub price rejecting previous New York value area low, and 0.5 New York 5.5 fib. Entered too early with 2 contracts and hit my stop loss of 150. Wait for doji to form. Entered with 3 contracts with 250 stop loss to cut my initial drawdown of 250 down to. Took off 1 at 1 RR. Okay, cool. Let the rest run. Okay, cool. So short initially. This is a clean short up here. And then here we got stopped. Shorted again. I like where you scaled that. I think the trailing might be a little too tight on this. Because this ran all the way down to... Is this last night? Yeah, this was last night. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I like this short. I like this short again. The stop's just a little tight. Or your entry was just a little too early. One of the two. I like where you scaled. Taking profit near that low. That's also cool. Because where did we go to? We went all the way down to 66. So like if I'm looking at this on the 5 minute, there's no reason for me to close this even. Demo dumpy, slow grind up whole day, showing some weakness at the highs, retested in lower high, like Uranus idea too, got trailed out at 9 points, was very tight at the upper end. Framing management entry. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the same trade I took. Yeah, this is a clean trade, bro. This is clean. I got no problems with that. Took shorts around 9 because higher time frames are still bearish after 9-week pump and retail finally stepping in. It's not just retail stepping in, bro. This isn't the like the framing around. Oh, retail stepping in. It's stupid, bro. Yeah, it's 7% of the entire market. That's like the S&P market. That's not even gold. Yeah, I'm sure you're saying this after the fact, bro, because so many people are like, I've seen so many videos online of like people are lining up to buy real gold. That shit's still pumping. People are like, oh, it's gonna go higher, and then once it starts dumping, now you're like, oh, I was actually smarter than you. I knew this beforehand. So that's just my thought. Entered off 2 micros, first with a wide stop loss to let price do its thing, and as I got confirmation of bearish order flow, I scaled in towards nearest candle body low, which I believe was Sydney open low. I was expecting price to take out 4090, 4100 if it didn't close above that. Really feel it wouldn't push anymore. We swept my level, saw a strong increase of seller volume with strong follow through, been top and bottom taking everything, but definitely still need to work on FOMO and psychology. One of my biggest problems is forcing trades when I can't understand what the fuck price is trying to do. Yeah, you can always just step away. So this is 9 p.m. Yeah, when you get clean, when you start seeing clean trades like that, you can size up. 9 p.m. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with this. 4100, yeah, big psych level. So, yeah, I'm cool with that trade. Cautious base hits. Hey, I mean green's green, bro. But this is a little chaotic. This is very chaotic. Because there's times where we're sized up to 12, and times where we're sized up to 9, but down here we're using 3 micro. Like, something's going on here, bro. So this is chaotic. Trading in this consolidation, it's chaotic. Just wait for like a better entry to present itself. I think this is FOMO. This looks like FOMO to me. This looks like FOMO to me. This is oversizing with FOMO. This also kind of like we enter and close right away. Enter and close right away. So yeah, that's kind of sketch, bro. This looks like FOMO, and then we're oversizing. So be aware of that. Angel. Short GC following IB, fib and low volume node rejection. Bookmap showed big buyers coming in and not being rewarded, so I entered, but there's not strong sellers stepping in. Just small red bubbles. I did not wait for aggressive sellers to step into the market. I could have also waited for the 0.5 fib to be rejected to short. And as I'm typing this, the rejection from 0.5 is actually working, and POC was above us, so definitely not A+. Okay, yeah, this was just, you should have just waited longer. Yeah, there's no sellers in here. Like, there were no sellers in this market. I don't have that data. But there's, like, if there's no sellers, it's just going to slow grind up. Yeah, and Angel, like, I know you DM'd me earlier. I don't know if I can show that DM, right? But you had the context wrong on the DM you sent me. You were also up, like, hella late, bro. You sent that DM at, like, 4 in the morning, bro. And, like, the trade you were looking at was, like, we were longing in here. Because you were saying, this isn't breaking the lower band. This is supporting at the lower band. This, to me, does not look like it's supporting at the lower band. If I'm using these bands, right, I want to see strong reactions at the bands if I'm using them. This comes down to this band. Does this give me a strong reaction? No. And then it moves under it. And then it can't get back above it, and then it starts to sell off. Also, you were below your value area low on a higher time frame. You're below your POC on a higher time frame. Like, on the highest time frame I have, we're below POC. On a middle time frame, we were below value area low. On a lower time frame, we were below POC. So that tells me to lean towards shorts. London also typically sweeps one side of Asia, and it typically trends together with Asia.
Asia was red, so London should also print red. Oh, and look, we come up to VWAP and we're failing. So this is going to sweep this low. It doesn't matter where this fucking lower band is. Now, like, proper band rejection or band bounces, like when this gets up to this upper band, this is where I would look for shorts, right? Because it's a strong rejection of that upper band. This tries to bounce off this lower band. It fails at VWAP, and then it breaks it. Here, again, pushes past the lower band, fails. Right? So I want to look for those stronger rejections with the bands. I don't want to see like a lackluster grind through a band. I want to see a strong bounce or a strong rejection. Or price slow down in some manner. But this does not give me any confidence to long it. Yeah, it's hard to fade the trends on GC. It's hard to catch reversals. You wanted the 15-minute double break on London because you're never up during London. Yeah, but that 15-minute double break can happen anywhere from 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. So it's like 3:15 to 11 a.m. That's when the double break is classified. Yeah. So, all right, that's trade review. If you had the best trade, I don't fucking know. At this point, I don't really fucking know, bro. I really like Milo's, bro, honestly. Milo's, I think the first trade I saw, it's a clean trade. This is clean as fuck. We waited for the VWAP tap. Good exit. Worst trade? I don't classify a worst trade, bro. Your fib was wrong, bro. Your fib was off. Took shorts off weekly after price flicked it. Where? To the left? I don't see any short here. This short? Yeah, this is clean. It's a nice little 20-pointer. 7 card Charlie? I don't even know what the fuck that is. Alright, I'm gonna hop off, but I'll see y'all later. Low volume node? Yeah, you can use low volume node on GC. Low volume nodes are valid on GC. Alright, I'll see y'all. And only a few more nights. Crazy.